Welcome back to JMC Live Investigates Census 2010. And we are going to continue where we left off on, let me just check this real quick, on where we're going to talk about the privacy laws, protecting your answers. And this comes directly from the Census 2010 website. And as we shared with you, this woman come to our home. She was asking all these questions about people that don't even live in homes anymore, wanting to know where they went to, basically wanting me to help fill out a form on these people. She had a form ready to write down any answer that I was going to give her on this form. Okay? And I refused because, in my opinion, this is violating the privacy of my neighbors and past neighbors. So after calling our local sheriff's department here in Ross County, and was being told that they felt that this was suspicious and that I should probably file a complaint, I called, I looked up online the Privacy Act. It says under the website, we posted it in the sidebar below the video on YouTube, and we also just posted it in our live show right now. We posted it in the chat. You guys can check all that out. It says, protecting your personal information. Federal law protects your identity and the information you give us. Here's what it says. We depend on your cooperation and trust and promise to protect the confidentiality of your information. Title 13 of the U.S. Code protects the confidentiality of all your information, and violating this law is a crime with severe penalties. In addition, other federal laws, including the Confidential Statistical Efficiency Act and the Privacy Act, reinforce these protections. Private information is never published. It is against the law to disclose or publish any of the following information: names, addresses, including GPS coordinates, social security numbers, and telephone numbers. And it also says, we collect information to produce statistics. Sworn to life to protect your confidentiality. All Census Bureau employees take the oath of non-disclosure and are sworn to life to protect the confidentiality of the data. It said that right here on their website. They also says violating the oath is a serious crime. The penalty for unlawful disclosure is a fine up to $250,000 or imprisonment up to 5 years, or both. Now, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, that woman completely violated this here. She committed a federal crime by trying to get me to help fill out a census form on people who don't even live in a house anymore. She wanted the names, she wanted the addresses, she wanted telephone numbers. She wanted to know where they moved to. No, she didn't ask for social security number, but basically everything else she wanted me to help fill out. Now, it says here the only people that are supposed to know what is filled out on the census form is you and the census worker alone. Now, putting me in that quota, to me, that completely violates the law. Okay? So, with this knowledge, on May 4th, 2010, at 11:45 a.m., I contacted the Detroit, Michigan Census Bureau. I was referred to them by the official 1-800 number on the census site. I talked to a man named John, and I told him what happened, and he referred me to Detroit, Michigan, because they are over the entire state of Ohio. Now, I called, and here is what happened.
Alright, now post the link for them for that article that you're going to be reading.
Now, I'm going to post this article where, we'll put in the sidebar on the YouTube archived videos, and we're going to post it in the chat right now. Just give us a second. And you can read what this conversation was that I had with the Census Bureau in Detroit, Michigan. I'm going to kind of paraphrase. I'm just going to tell you, what happened. I'm not going to read off verbatim off of the article, but this is what happened. I called Detroit, Michigan, and the lady answers the phone. And I said, ma'am, I want to report what I feel was a violation of a census worker. And she says, okay. So I tell her the whole story, what I just told you. And I said, I feel that she violated the privacy of my neighbors. And I feel that she shouldn't have been asking questions, wanting me to help fill out forms. And this lady tells me on the phone, she says, well, ma'am, they can ask questions about your neighbors. And she kind of started arguing with me. And I said, but about people that don't even live in these homes anymore, ma'am. I said, wanting to know where they moved to and basically wanting me to help fill out a form about them. I said, and I referred to their Privacy Act link on their website. I said, under your Privacy Act on your website, this is what it says. And I said, this blah, 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 what I just told you. You can read it for yourself on the website. And it says if you violate this, you are committing a federal crime. You can be fined $250,000. You get 5 years in prison. And when I said that, the lady immediately says, well, ma'am, I will have to have my managers call you back because they are in a meeting. I gave them I found out the woman's name and everything about her because she left a census form for my landlord to fill out. Now, the funny thing is, when I called my landlord, she was shocked what I told her. She says, you know what? And I asked her, I said, did this lady leave you anything? And she goes, yeah. She goes, we found a census form on our porch, and with this lady's phone number and everything, her ID badge number, her name, everything. So my landlord gives me all this information, and she encourages me to call and make this complaint because she says, honestly, this is not right. You know, and I don't even know why she left me a form because I've already filled mine out and sent it back in. Very suspicious. So when I tell this woman all the information I have, I told her her ID badge number, her name, the phone number to the Newark, Ohio Census Bureau where she said that she worked at, and even a personal phone number where it said she could be reached. I gave them all this information, and she said, well, I'll have them call you back. That has been over a week ago, and I have never never gotten a phone call. So this is why this past Monday, we went to NBC4, and we'll talk more about that when we come back from the break. We'll be right back.